Welcome to Reporter's Notebook, where we talk to the Washington Examiner's top journalists about the stories breaking on their beats. I'm Jim Antle. I'm joined today by energy reporter Jeremy Beaman. Jeremy, the Biden administration made a decision this week that maybe annoyed some of their allies in Congress. Talk a little bit about what they've decided to take off the table.
Yeah, after kind of weeks of nudging from some congressional Democrats and speculation really that this may happen, the Biden administration announced that they're not going to impose a ban on crude oil exports. And this is a sort of huge development in this saga really about what the Biden administration can do about gasoline prices. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm made this announcement before a forum of oil and gas firms before the National Petroleum Council, and she basically told them, "I'm putting this rumor to rest. We're not going to do this." But it wasn't kind of the only thing that she said or did at the meeting. She also kind of nudged them to increase production, and really it's the first time we've heard the administration make such a request in such stark terms, going back weeks since gas prices have been boosting, going upwards, and going back to October when Biden was asked about what he's going to do about gasoline prices during a CNN town hall. He mentioned a few things. He mentioned Saudi Arabia boosting production and OPEC. And he also mentioned the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, an option that he eventually exercised. He didn't mention an export ban, and he didn't mention, incidentally, urging domestic producers to boost production. Those are two that he didn't consider. Mm-hmm. So it kind of answers what had been a variable, an open question the last several weeks, and I think it was certainly welcome to domestic producers who really warned them against doing this, saying that it would really kind of upend the global market, because after the crude oil export ban was lifted by Congress in 2015, the U.S. became a net exporter of oil. We're the leading oil exporter in the world now. So cutting off the global market to U.S. crude would really, they've argued, would really sort of upend the market, and so I think it was a welcome decision.
What does the Biden administration hope to get out of this, and why do some of their friends, the Democrats in Congress, not like it?
Yeah, I think it kind of comes at a strange time because gasoline prices are falling slightly. They're still up above $3.30 or so on average across the nation, but they have been falling due and analysts kind of say to a confluence of factors really. So it's kind of, to me, it strikes me as kind of peculiar that they would urge domestic producers so strongly at this point, considering the direction of things to boost production, because the kind of going understanding is that they've held back from doing that because of their climate policies and energy policies. That over time they want to see a decrease in production, a decrease in reliance on fossil fuels, and of course urging producers to increase them even in the short term, which the administration has admitted needs to happen, would kind of send the wrong message. I think it's kind of how everyone understands why they haven't resorted to this just yet. Mm-hmm. So I don't know the answer why they would do that now. But it's clear that they want domestic producers to be a part of this now, and it's kind of the clearest that they've said that up to this point. Now in Congress, it kind of presents a tricky problem because, as I said, it was a number of congressional Democrats who urged Biden to impose the export ban. Going back to early November, there are a number of senators who wrote Biden and urged him to consider this, and that includes liberals like Elizabeth Warren, Ed Markey, but also some centrists were on there like Bob Casey of Pennsylvania, and then in recent weeks a group of House Democrats did the same thing. Mm-hmm. And that also included liberals like Ro Khanna of California and notably Abigail Spanberger of Virginia, a notable centrist. So the export ban was kind of interest to a range of lawmakers within the caucus.
Right.
And so so deciding against it puts the Biden administration kind of at odds with something that had some sort of consensus. Maybe, I mean, the total number of lawmakers who were urging him to do this, who signed the letters, was about 20 or so. So not the full caucus by any means, but there was some consensus there that this was an option that he should explore amid the high prices, and you know, they said they're not going to do that. So it just adds another political dynamic and difficulty, I think, for their climate goals versus and energy goals versus what they have to do about prices in the short term.
Now, gas prices in the United States isn't the only going concern when it comes to energy costs, and they're arguably facing a bit of a crisis right now in Europe.
Yes, gas prices in Europe are astronomically high. This week, or in recent weeks, it's just been kind of, you know, they've been climbing and climbing, even as prices in the U.S. have kind of been falling after really peaking in October and remaining high in November. So the Europeans are paying something around 10 times higher for natural gas than we are here in the United States.
Right.
And obviously that poses extreme difficulties going into winter, and there's some forecasts that at least one that I've seen, their gas storage by the end of winter could be down to 10% of its capacity, which would be very alarming. Now the U.S. is in a much better position for a number of reasons. Our natural resources are one, and we produce a lot of gas. Whereas Europe, you know, they rely a lot on imports from around the world, and especially from Russia, and there are a lot of geopolitical kind of dynamics there in play.
Of course.
But to be certain, things have been getting better for U.S. consumers on the gas front, whereas in Europe they really have not seen any relief, and it's not clear, you know, what will bring that to them in the near term.
It could be a tough winter.
Certainly.
Thank you, Jeremy. You can read Jeremy's coverage and subscribe to our newsletter daily on energy at WashingtonExaminer.com.